Okay, back to Dev, man. Been goofing off recently, been doing some fun streams, but it's time to get back to work, you know what I mean? I I just want to spend as much time working on my craft as I can. I remember somebody saying recently, I saw a quote on Instagram or something, I forget where. Just saying, like, people should spend as much time as possible on this earth doing the thing that they can do better than anyone else. I thought that was really powerful. And for me, that's working on my indie games. You know, nobody can make this like I can. So that's what I'm going to work on. Well, they changed this around a little. Give me this, please. There we go. Thank you very much. No errors. Cool. We're good to go. Okay. So where do we leave off? The last thing we were working on was the UI in the main menu. That's right. And it was going really well. This looks great. I like the solution we came up with for cinematics. We stole it from another game, which is why you know it'll work. The next thing to do is to make them actually do what they say, right? And from what I remember where I left off, it seemed like things were off by one for some reason, and it was very odd that that was the case. But wait, is that true? Maybe not. I'm not sure. It was hard to tell if it was off by one or not, but probably what we're going to do anyways is go into the data we're saving, and instead of saving a bit, instead of taking an integer for every individual level that we beat, just having one integer that we increment for the whole thing. But to make any sense of this, what we really are going to have to do is look at this from the other side. I remember that's where I was at, is like something needs to happen over here for this to make any sense. Probably what that looks like is going through the code on restart and next level and dealing with that. One thing we're going to have to decide, obviously, and let me load into like the first scene so that this is clearer. One thing that we're going to have to decide is when you win, do you go back to the main menu and like interrupt the flow of it just to essentially be able to remake the selection in there? And the answer is no, I don't want to do that. I'd much rather it be that there's a continue button that just automatically goes to the next scene. But for that continue button to work, we're going to have to set up something that it knows what the next level is, because right now it doesn't. Right now it does not know. Especially when it comes to the cinematics. Again, that kind of breaks the flow, because I could just increment and say go to the next game level, but that's not necessarily what we're doing. Well, I guess I could just go in and increment the scene. You know what? You know what? That's fine. That's entirely fine. This button could just, instead of... Oh, what's up, Roy? Okay, so what I'm working right now basically on incrementing. Okay, I'm working on like the level selection for all the levels. So I've changed the UI around to this thing, which I think is super clean. And I'm gonna rewrite a little bit of the code for keeping track of what level you're on, and I'm gonna rewrite the code for the continue button, because right now it's a little bit messed up. When I go in here to where would that be on the UI? By the way, I have no intention in really making the stream like particularly entertaining. Honestly, first and foremost, I'm streaming for myself right now. Just as a way to keep myself focused. But if you find the process interesting, stick around. And if you have any questions or just want to hang out, then hang out. I appreciate it. But we're putting some work in right now. Now, where is that in the UI? Ultimately, I need to turn off the blocker here, and then I need to look at the like game over options right here. There's a couple buttons in here. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is what I need to change, is we literally have a hard-coded string for the continue button. So each level has a slightly different, it just has a different hard string to go to the next level, which is gonna suck as we add in like cutscenes, because it'll change the order and then we're gonna have bugs, and I'd rather, okay, yeah, that's what I need to do. I don't think you should see future levels until you've completed them in story mode. You'll see the titles of them, but you won't be able to click on them. Does that make sense? Like, I'll show you what it looks like right now again. I think this is really clean. You can see, like, because that way you know at any point how far into the campaign you are. But I can spam click these and they're not unlocked yet. But I go and click on this one, it takes me in. I think that's the best way. That's the best approach for that. If it's consistent with the whole reading a book vibe, I don't think you should even see names. That's interesting. That is interesting. I mean, it's like, maybe I'll just change it to be like chapters instead of levels or something. I think it's fine to show the names. But that's a good idea. That's an interesting thought. To keep it like a book, you can make it say like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. Perhaps that's better. I'm not sure. Okay, I want to go to, I think it was called restart or next. We don't want a hard-coded string. I'm gonna just increment the build instead. Yeah, same story that you know about. Oh, this is funny. That was my solution for the last level. No, we can take that out. That'll get handled by the end credit scene whenever we make that. All that I want to do is say int level to load on win equals, and we're gonna grab that. Exactly. Thank you, cursor, for writing the code before I could even think of it. Increment the build of the current scene and just go to the next, whatever the order is. Let me make sure that that works, and it wants a string. That's fine. How do I get a string out of that? That's interesting. Or I could write another thing real quick. Load scene, main menu. Do I have one? Wait, I do have a load scene. Oh, no, I don't. Oh, this is annoying though, because it passes through 2 layers of abstraction. I think I can get the name based on a build index. I think that's probably the smarter thing to do. And then we'll just say string level to load on win equals. Yeah, is that a thing? Or did you hallucinate that? Let's see if it compiles. Let's see if it compiles real quick. I think that's fine. Let's test it out. Wait, not on this level though. It'll take too long. Hop in here. Interesting. There's a bit of inconsistency on the camera position still. I'll have to look into that later. Let's just see. Absolute speed run. Okay. What I'm hoping it'll do is automatically queue. Let me see my build order right now. It should queue that placeholder cutscene actually. Funny enough. Let's see if it works. See if it works. No. Invalid scene name, empty string, invalid build index, -1. Okay, what happened? Scene manager get active scene dot build index +1. Get scene by build index. How in the world did that break? That code looks perfect. How do we get -1 out of build index +1? Empty string. Empty string? What? Fascinating. At the very least, I could start by just... Oh, get scene by build index only returns active scenes? No, this is stupid code. This is dumb code. I'm gonna look at it. Okay, stop, stop, stop. Just stop. Get out of here. Go away. Let me just look it up. Unity get scene name by build index. Oh, maybe that is the easiest way. Really? Okay, if it's that complicated, then we should just be able to do it by integer instead, I think. It's this one we need. No. Right. 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 Load scene with delay. Dude, is this worth it? So much extra code just for an integer. scene by index, get scene by. If the build index is the actual build index is shown in the editor build center, you don't need a +1. Yeah, that's stupid, dude. Okay, fine, we will just handle it. Either way. This one might. My question with this stuff is, will it work in a build? Scene utility get scene path by build index. Get file name without extension. Let's see. It does work. If the path format differs. Does it? I don't know if it's a relative path or not. It doesn't differ. Okay. Okay, that's a good solution then. Undo all of this. And then go back to restart. And then get rid of this. And add this. We'll see if that works. For once, reload actually worked. Thank you. Let's test it out. Then we gotta get some music, don't we? It's so quiet in here. So very quiet. If this doesn't work, I'll throw some debugs out, and we'll see what the output is. But that should handle that. And then, with that done, I think the next step is probably realistically to rewrite the data we're saving. We'll see though. Clicked it so fast the UI kind of bugged. That was funny. Come on. Nice! Okay, that's huge. Okay, cool. So yeah, the next thing I want to do is I want to handle... That's going to be... Gameplay canvas. Close. This turn. Actually, it might be in the helpers, huh? Turn manager. This right here, what did we beat? That's also hard-coded. That needs to change. Oh, there is one tricky thing about this, though. If I just increment an integer every time we beat a scene, then if you beat the same scene twice, you unlock a new level. Maybe it is better to tie them to individual scenes. I don't love that, though. Let me pull up the code that's handling it in the menu. These are all things where it's like, it could really go either way. I'm just trying to make things as easy on future Jesse as possible, you know what I mean? Oh, let me get some music going before I forget. No copyright coding music, please. Dude, let's go. Jinxie is locked in on Rocket League. That's such great news for the community. Okay, is that a reasonable level? Let's turn it down a tiny bit. Just want some background music, really. Oh, it's already down. Okay, yeah. Alrighty. Here's what it is. How do I want to handle this now? I was gonna go grab the code that's responsible for checking this. Right now, we're saying that each one is hard-coded. Honestly, I might just stick with that. Low-key, I might just stick with that. The only thing that needs to change about it in that case is we need it to be on the helper that we set it. We need it to be right here somewhere. Custom level settings. I'll set that in each level. And then I think do we increment from 0 or from 1 on these? Would the tutorial level be beat 1 or beat 0? And does it even matter? It does matter because of the way we're handling the counter. I think it would start at 0. Can't delete all this now. Yeah. Which would mean that ultimately this is just if we beat 15. I think. I think that makes sense. Actually, I don't mind leaving it as a flag we take somewhere else. Beat campaign. Now this is all good, and then all that's really left to do is visit any other places where this gets set up. Let's do player preps. That happens here. That's good because that gets passed through. Cool. Let's do a quick manual reload to make sure that goes through, and then all we have to do is manually set each one. I think It's gonna be really annoying if I'm off by 1 on this. But I think we would want these to be starting from 0. I'm gonna do a hard reset on player prefs in a second, and we're gonna test it out. I'm sure there's gonna be something wrong because this is a pretty decent amount of changes to the way we're saving everything. I am ultimately gonna have to set something up for an end credit scene. I should probably just do that while I'm in here, since it actually is required to complete the loop. Almost there. In hindsight, yeah, this was the obvious solution. Okay. There's so many things going through my mind right now. Let's go ahead and just stay organized and say adding end credit scene. But I'll test this first. I think I already can picture exactly how I would set up the code for it for the last couple of things we need. There's a couple things I want to see right now. Number 1, this is gone now. That's good. Very good. Secondly, okay. Open up the menu. Clear all player preferences. Load in. Immediately, this shouldn't be on yet. This shouldn't be on yet. But everything else is fine. I do want to see these two both. Open, I think. I could honestly see that going either way. But yeah, I think all I needed to right now is say in here when we handle interlude, we're off by 1 here. If interlude right now, if it's an interlude, we always skip it. But really what we need to do is check if the one after it worked, which is harder to do. Yeah, how would I handle that? My algorithm doesn't work for that. So I'm saying Right now I'm saying if the current one's an interlude, then just don't increment. But it's backwards. It's really, if the current one's an interlude, then it's tied to the one after it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to store a reference to the button. Last interlude equals null. Then we'll do that, and then we're gonna say well, a couple of things. We need to do that, but we also need to say that. Will open work or no? Wait! Because we have the counters, we don't have to reference it. I could actually say something like this. If interlude open equals yeah, I think it's like that. That's some crazy code, man. Yeah, if we are looking at the interlude, then we delete this. Open equals open is tied to the next one. The question is, what if there is no next one, but there is an interlude? Also, how did it come about that this even... My head hurts, bro. Wait. Now hang on. What if it's just that? Let me just test that. I think I'm overthinking it. Let's see what happens. Wait for it. Shit. That's problematic. We'll see it. Nice. That looks perfect. And if I clear it again? Perfect. That may very well be all that I need to check these off. I can't allow you to go back. Fire. Okay, be right back. I'm gonna get some food. That was great. That worked so well. Okay. Let me see something real quick. So I'm curious. Is there a separate thing? Or I'm currently quote unquote streaming in the category of gaming. Is there a separate one for like no, I think it's fine to leave it as is. I don't feel like a development one like there is on Twitch. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure that I'm gonna leave the interlude code exactly as is, but it works fine for now. Let's make our credits. Stop. I didn't mean it. Puzzle start. Presumably at the bottom. Ah. Yep. Time speed. Now at the very top, we're gonna do this. Exactly. Beautiful. And the best part is, it'll automatically work with the increment we did. It should really be escape, I think, actually. Well, that's probably all the code we need. Throw this on here. Too fast. A little too fast. Great. Now I should see it with a crown. Beautiful. That's done. We are so locked in right now, it's crazy. Wait, so that's all I need to do for all of the... Damn. Okay. What do I want to take on next? That went quick, dude. Why don't we figure out how to do this? Actually, the smartest way to do this is probably just to search that. Yeah. And just yank something like this. Mm-hmm. I really hope it's as easy as you're claiming. It'll be awesome. That. What? What is going on? Or I have to do it here. Whoa. Thank you. Took them long enough. Am I signed in now? Oh my, shoot, this is obnoxious. Thank you. Give me that. A quick outline. Do I even have an assets thing in this project? Have I even used, like, yeah, I've used a couple of visual assets, right? Like the shader for the... Okay, yeah. Quick outline, throw in here. You know what? Before I move on, I'm gonna do what we talked about a second ago. I'm gonna rename all the levels to chapters. Is there anything that depends on them being called level? I don't think there is. No. In fact, if I just add a string to it. Yeah, okay, cool. So I like this idea. Dude, what an insane hierarchy this is. There's so much shit in here. Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Did I miss any? No, it's clean. Cool. Because I would have forgotten. 100% I would have forgotten. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is handle this outline. And honestly, being so for real right now, I probably am going to end up doing this on all 3 pieces, but one thing at a time. Now, my big question is, do I use this elsewhere or no? I think I probably do. What I really want is, like, I'll just name one specifically for grass. Throw it on here, and then we're gonna go a quick outline. Okay. What is it called? Did I get the wrong thing? Oh, is it actually a script? Oh, it's a script. It has nothing to do with the material, which means I don't even need separate materials. Cool. That's really interesting, actually. Mm-hmm. Looks like it's not. Pre-compute outline, fascinating. I want to play with one of them on its own. It's not going to be very easy to... What? Why is it being so funky? Fascinating. Well, what's interesting is that it looks good here, but looks bad here. Probably because it's a nice metric camera, right? If I had to guess. Outline and silhouette is really interesting. Do I have to get one that specifically works with isometric? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. How do we feel about that? I think it looks terrible. I think it looks so bad. Just out of curiosity, before I start playing with other options that I have to download. I want to see if it has to do with the grass specifically. You know what? It might have to do with that mesh in particular. Look at that. That looks good. That's the effect I want. Exactly it. It's crazy seeing all the shaders overlay. But yeah, that looks good. And these ones don't. Probably because the edges aren't unclear. Edges are probably really unclear. I want to try just chucking it on these and see what happens. Everything sets a default. Just throw it on each thing. Check it out. Don't pre-compute. The other ones don't, right? Yeah. How does that look? Looks bad. Again, it looks really bad. Whoa. But the new one looks really good. Hmm? Just too thick. But that's exactly what I was going for. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see what the grass looks like after it's spawned one. Hmm. Hmm. That looks so good. It looks so good, and these ones look so bad. Man, it's like when it works, it really works, you know what I mean? I feel like for the bunnies and predators, that would be a good way to show what you're currently allowed to interact with. You know? Like, those should highlight right now. Both of the predators should be highlighted, and then only the ones that you can do, you can move. And then, like, the bunny should be unhighlighted, and then once you move one predator, it unhighlights that one. It'll be a really good effect. Just anything we can do to make it clearer, you know, what's going on. It looks so incredible on those. I don't know why it's not working on the first bunny and predator that spawn in. I don't really know. The only thing I can think of is that when the other bunnies come in, they scale. Can't imagine that scaling would be what makes it work or not. No. really hope this would just work. I'm not sure what to do about this. I just hoped it would all magically be okay. It's not working out of the box. What do I do now? I genuinely don't know. Let me test something. These ones look bad. But that one's gonna look good. Like, bro, what? Make it make sense, dude. Looks good. Those look bad. It helps also when they go behind things, right? That is actually marginally better than what we had before, I think. I like the way that that shows up so clearly now. I'm not sure. The texture of the game is different now, in some small way. I think it feels more professional this way. But I hate the inconsistency so much. It adds a lot of clarity, it really does. It adds a lot of clarity. If I could just get it to work right. Should we dive into the code for it? Or should we go get a different one? I'm gonna take like 2 seconds to look at the code and see if I understand it. I don't know that much about custom shaders. That's why I'm kind of relying on assets here. I'm just not super familiar with this shit. Okay, it's not that bad. Let's see if we can vibe code our way through this. I just don't understand. Think he'll come up with something? I mean, what would even make it matter? Unenable may run before materials are initialized. Material properties are only updated in update, so first frame can render incorrectly. I don't care about that. Missing null checks for materials and checkers. That probably makes sense. I think you might be right about this. It may be that we need to do this. Well, no. I'll let you just vibe it out, but I don't know, man. I will be absolutely shocked if that does anything useful. Because I think it's trying to add the materials after it's initialized the render. I think that's intentional. What? What? The grass looked great. How in the fuck did that fix the grass, dude? These ones still look bad, but the grass looks great now. That is absolutely fascinating. I don't have a clue how that happened. Not a clue, man. Grass looks great. It's so clear now. These ones don't look good. I don't know why. But once you spawn new ones, they look good. I want to look good. I wish I could tell you why. This one looks awkward and sad. I mean, huh. Let's do the same thing with the grass. Because if it is, looks so good. Looks exactly how I hoped it would. Well, clearly for one thing, our pre-compute's not helping. Pre-compute is bad. But secondarily, right? Let's just look real quick. I highly doubt that fixes it in itself. It's funny because it does look good now on the grass first try. But not these. It's so brittle. It's really strange. It makes me feel like what we really should do is like instantiate one. You know what I mean? like add it in there at runtime. Why is it? I'm gonna copy this whole thing. Just in case. So that we have a backup. I'm gonna let him vibe it. I don't have a clue what's happening. Timing and material handling. Yeah, I think it's timing. I definitely think it's timing. We'll see how it goes. Trying to patch this asset, man. Looks the exact same. Right? Looks the exact same, yeah. Okay, honestly, I don't fully know why this is the solution, but I think the solution at this point is to, wait, well, let me see one other thing. Does it help if I just deactivate it and then activate it again? Because that would make my life so much easier. I wonder... What if I just, like, invoke everything? I got nervous for a second. I was about to just start writing to like every single script in my code. It's like, yeah, I can make it so that nothing ever happens on start. No. That's an absolute mess of a script now that I never want to read again, but never have to. Oh, that worked. I got an error. Is that gonna be there all the time now? Let me do a hard recompile. Good. Let's play. Ooh. What's up with that? That's on the grass? I can probably do that. Probably give it the information it needs, actually. I bet you. Read right? Read right. Is that all you need? We'll see. Oh, dude. That broke him. What? What? Oh, how the plot thickens. I thought I had it. I am quite thoroughly lost now. I'm reopening the project. What is happening? Kind of frustrating, isn't it? Okay. Now it looks good again. What a mess. I don't like trust it. It is fine. This is the danger, right? Of working with systems that you don't fully understand. I think it's fine though. I'm gonna do a build. I think that'll be my last test. I'm gonna build it. And we're gonna see if it looks good in build. But that looks so clean. That is a really big improvement for readability, man. Seriously. I may in the future make it turn those on and off for the bunnies and predators, depending on if they're interactable. But right now I'm just gonna leave it on everything and see how it looks. Play around with it for a bit and come back to it another day. Oh, what great progress we're having. Good day. I cannot wait till this is my full-time thing. This is a cool sounding vegetator. Oh no. Oh no. How in the world did that happen? I couldn't tell you what's up with the save data on here. I'm gonna have to add something to reset progress. Oh, it looks so clean! It's beautiful! Dude! That is genuinely such a massive improvement to this game. Where's the new bunny? Where the fuck is the new bunny? Does that happen only in the build? Wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Yeah. Something not added to the... Well, let me make sure it's not like unique to that scene somehow. There's no way that it is, but I'll rule that out real quick. That's such a giant leap for usability, readability. Yeah. What would be causing that? Does it create a custom shader? Or is it just doing something really big brain at runtime? I bet you it's a custom shader that has to be added to build settings. Let's see. Custom outline mask and custom outline, those are what need to be added. That's project settings, graphics, I think? Yeah. May as well put all three. Rebuild. I need to make sure this works. Then we'll drag it out of testing and grab a new thing. Let's get it. I'll have to add some. Make a mental note. We gotta add that. This is so incredibly readable now. Crazy the difference, man. What? That actually really surprises me. What else is there? I felt like we finally got to the point that I do understand really well. Why the hell? What? Does it happen in every... Where are we building, by the way? Is it going to where it should? Good. Is this the cover of After Hours? Huh. Oh man. I want to see real quick if it happens in every scene. We're so close. We are so close, man. Oh yeah, I will test in here, why not? What? How do we manage to break that? What is happening? That looks right. Does the new ones come in? No. What is going... What shader are we missing? What shader are we missing? How did this turn all white? When it's completely fine in editor. I guess I should confirm that. Yeah. No, yeah, we're completely chilling. I'm lost, dude. It's a cool map. By the way, very cool map. Oh! Oh, sorry, I just looked at chat for the first time in a minute. Yeah, dude. I saw that Jinxie's been uploading a lot of Rocket League content, which is really good. He do a video with Zen? That'd be cool. I saw his stream with Musty a couple weeks ago. What is this error now? We're trying to assign camera to Nan. Oh man, I really thought this was all done. Okay, focus though. Wait, no, that's probably why it broke. That's probably why this broke. Come on, dude. Well, if you're wanting Zen right now to 500 goals but 499 goal lead. 500? I've never seen higher than 100. That's crazy. I don't think he wins. I don't think he wins one. Realistically. I don't like this code. Is that what it took? Was that the problem? Do you have it up right now? Dude, that's gotta be horrendous. I'm so pissed because it looks so good. And it doesn't work. Why is it not working in the build? I got other things I want to get done with this. I don't want to be stuck on this random bug. It works completely fine in the editor. It's so interesting. I'm wondering if it doesn't have to do with this, if it was a previous bug. Somehow. Huh. Okay, let's check this out. It's gotta be painful, bro. Are you live? Are you only live on Twitch? $76K? Damn. Okay, cool. Wait, that wasn't 500. That said 102? What's up with that? Okay, back to it. I don't understand. I feel like we already dealt with something about this. Oh, wait, I should test something. I have an idea for a test. We're gonna build it one more time. Because I think I want to see if I can instantiate grass. That'll tell me if it's an issue with the ABC files or an issue with the new outline. Big brain. I want this to just be done, bro. I want to move on. I want to move on to the next thing on the list. It's fine. Quickest way to do this would probably be to run into one of these. Something's going on with that now. It's always something, man. There's always something. That looks so much better. Okay, it does have to do with the ABC file because the grass spawns fine. That's rough, honestly. Hold on a second. Did I just click through it so quick? Or did I not get the... Oh, no, I did. This is in the way of this stuff. Thank you very much. That doesn't work. Oh man, it's a mess. There's so many bugs happening at once. Tough. Well, you know, technically at this point, that means that outlines are fine and this is a separate issue. Because these spawn in fine. They look so good. That's huge. Get it done. New bug, man. That's one bug. Camera, I think I already have something. Yeah, broke camera centering. This thing has, I feel like I've rewritten this thing like 4 times at this point. And it's still broken. Let's take on one more thing. This is an interesting one to work on. This came up in one of my other streams. There's a bug where if the predator tramples a grass on a circle in the farmland and that grass has no available space to transfer to another circle, the predator who trampled it doesn't move twice because the step is interrupted. Let's test it. Let's test it. It's actually not that hard to test, surprisingly. I need to trample grass. Here. That's it. That's basically the whole setup. Confirmed. Confirmed the theory. He didn't move twice. Now, I'd be curious to see if he moves twice next turn. Nope. But the turn after, he does, which is really weird. Yeah. Dude, this is gonna be a gnarly one. Like, it's just gonna be straight coding to figure this one out. At the very least, I can now take this off. Because it's confirmed. But if I start coding it right now, it's going to take a lot more than 15 minutes. And I want to end this in 2 hours. I like working in 2-hour blocks. I might do a second 2-hour block today if I can, but obviously work is calling. Grass shouldn't be able to spread across empty space. See, that's like a simple bug. Relatively speaking. We're getting through it, man. We're getting through it. Spread across empty space. Let's see if we can just fix this one right now, and then we'll just be done for now. Need to close some scripts. Holy, we had a lot open. I think this will be relative to probably not in here actually. Possibly here? No, I don't need that. What I really need is... this will help. So I can go to the case. Calculate valid grass positions. This is written in two places, isn't it? Unfortunately. Yep. I am embarrassed to say I had to copy paste this code. I didn't have to, but it is what it is. So we have to solve it twice, but it's fine. So... oh. That's so interesting. How did there's a similar thing, which is that for line of sight, it never does this anymore. I would have expected one case of collider equals null to result in a break instead of a continue. Why are they all continue? That's shocking to me. There's probably not that many instances of break. Here. Here it is. Empty space, can't see across. That's how we did it. That's probably all I have to do. Would not be surprised if it's as simple as that. Just required a little bit of digging, but let's see how it goes. The case where this even happens is so niche. It can't happen on this one. It would if this was a desert, if this desert was any other biome. Let me just make sure that we didn't, you know, break anything in the process of doing that. Dude, I'm so happy with these outlines. They're huge. Probably a little chunky. Can always turn that down later. Okay, that definitely did break some things. Yikes. Oh. Oh, I see. The way that we do this just doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, this isn't in the right order anymore. I see. We really have to do the check here. That's what we actually have to do. We're just breaking out of this. It's a very uncommon thing to break. There. Good. Do the same thing over here. No break down here. Just break there. I love it. That should work. Let's see how it goes. That'd be awesome. I firmly believe that spending 2 hours at a time, as focused as you can be on what you're doing, in a good mental headspace, or at least an undistracted one, roughly, you get more done than you could in 8 hours of distracted work. Straight up, I really believe that. Wait, this is perfect. This is literally the most ideal situation ever for testing. Sure enough, it doesn't jump the gap here. It no longer jumps the gap. Beautiful, dude. Done. Wow, so what did we just accomplish in 2 hours? We finished the main menu UI. Not gonna lie, that was already basically done. We reworked the save system, not to do this. We reworked the save system just simplifying, allowing you to go back and handling cutscenes. Yeah, that's really what it was. We added the end credits. Added outline to grass so you can see it. Fixed the bug where it spreads. And then the other thing we did that's not really in here is rework continue button. And we really did that too. So like, I think my point stands, dude. Next time we come in, we'll start off by handling some of these. That's an easy place to begin, and then we'll try to take this one on. Because this one's going to require deep thought. This one's going to just require some pretty surface level additions to the tutorialization of the game. We could get fancy and add arrows or something, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward, I think. There's some really annoying bugs in here with these. Honestly, I kind of think I should almost check this off. Or call it testing, and then add like a second one saying like, bring in all the animations for bunnies and predators for the creatures. That's a big one that's gonna happen later. There's also some question marks for me, like, should we remove vision across water? And I feel like there might be take camera movement. Oh, I could just throw this in as part of this. I feel like there's one other thing maybe. Oh, well, one thing is pop-ups sometimes block gameplay. See first farmland level. Either make it transparent or always out of the way somehow. Okay. Only outline bunnies, predators that are currently moving. Interactable. And improve visual cue when second predator move. comes up, especially after reproduction. Because sometimes you just don't notice it. Like, I keep getting that in playtests. People just don't realize it's there. I think that's good for now. I think we call it there. Good work. Time to switch tasks for a bit. Think a little bit less. And then come back when we can. Good stuff. I loved that. It was so much fun.